Okay, another question. Right now we have the NEPSAC. Are you aware of the NEPSAC?
Yes, somewhat familiar.
Okay.
And I would say, especially in the Northeast, that's the best league, toughest league going in terms of talent.
And go ahead.
Where I think that the talent that you see in that league can compete nationally. Some of those schools, yes.
So what is your thought process now? Because you got McKeel, they done enter the NEPSAC. You have Albany Academy, done enter the NEPSAC. So you have some of these kids that's opting to play that now and leave Section 2. What are your thoughts on that and what you're seeing?
Well, because it's the beginning stages, they're going to go through their hard times. They're not going to just go in there and compete and maybe not even have a winning record. But I would say you give it a couple of years where they can recruit, because local kids that may have that option or that talent to compete in that league, they'll be ready, and then also the school will be ready. It's still new and fresh in this area.
What's your thoughts on it?
What's the question?
A NEPSAC, you got certain schools coming to NEPSAC now. It's becoming, as Ralph said, one of the most competitive of Northeastern leagues that there is. We see Albany Academy done went. We see McKeel done went to NEPSAC. What are your thoughts on these guys now, players opting to leave Section 2, joining NEPSAC? What are your thoughts?
Well, you broke that down pretty good. Let me hear what you had to say first, then maybe I can piggyback off what you're going to say about that question.
No, I posed the question.
NEPSAC, like he said, I don't know too much about it. You know what I mean? I just know that mostly New England schools like Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, stuff like that. The competition they do, because they have a lot of prep schools, is a little higher because they do have those extra year guys. You know what I mean? So the one thing that I have noticed in a little bit of working with them was that they're not really as organized. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't have to put the names in the books. I mean, like little stuff like that, like is annoying a little bit from a sportscaster perspective. But the regulation here in Section 2 is probably the biggest hindrance for the players in this area, because they constantly over restricting our kids. Like, a certain amount of games you can play. You can't travel out of the state without this and that. I think that if a school can raise them enough funds to go travel, to go to California for a tournament, to go to Florida for a tournament, to go to Indiana for a tournament, that should be allowed with no talk back, no nothing. You know what I mean? Playing 20 games. Why not? Why can't they play 30? Everything is evolving right now. A lot of things are changing. Why isn't Section 2 changed with it? Why hasn't the state changed with it? Like, you're gonna end up having a lot of more public schools probably going that NEPSAC way. You know what I mean? If Section 2 doesn't get their stuff together.
So your thoughts is that Section 2, because that's what you see a lot of fleecing of the players, that they need to lower the regulations or soften their stances on certain things, or are you going to keep seeing the exodus of these kids?
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, you're going to see it, man. I mean, you got some guys that are pretty good, but not at that really good level, starting to leave. You know what I mean? Right. You already got the really good guys leaving already. But when you got that next level leaving, then that's when you know you got an issue in your hand. You know what I mean? So I think the Section 2 got to get on the ball. But I know a lot of it has to do with the state regulations too. But Section 2, they got to get with the ball.
Can I speak on that?
Yes.
If you have it open for, let's say, Section 2 basketball, then what's the difference between a prep school and regular high school if the playing field is the same in terms of a lot of games? If you're only regulated in terms of the league, let's say 15 games, then you can go anywhere you want for those other 5.
Right.
So if you want tough competition, you want to go to Arizona from New York, you can go to Arizona for one of those 5 games that you don't have to play in the league. And then you still get to have something. Because if you leave it wide open, then it's going to be like the Wild Wild West. Everybody's playing everybody. Then, you want some kind of order.
Right.
And I say keep it separate, because you tell them about the next level kid going to a prep school. Now you're going to find out if that kid is ready, because he's being thrown into the fire right away. And then they say, hey, if he doesn't make it, do we want some of those second-tier kids going to prep school? Maybe you're going to find out quickly if that's for them. So you can see something good on both sides of that. But I would say leave high school, regular high school, separate from prep school.